Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, Gun Breakdown, a beginner's guide. I'm Jonathan, and today we're going to be breaking down and cleaning the Ruger LC9 pistol. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the weapon is on safe, which it is right here. And we're going to take out our magazine. And now we're going to clear our weapon, make sure there is no round in the chamber. We're going to do a physical and visual inspection. Okay, I see that it's clear, I feel that it's clear, and the weapon is clear. So let's go ahead and send it forward. Okay, now if you don't know this from my last video with my Ruger LC9 breakdown, so my pin cover right here, this little button right here is broken. So I have to put a little bit of extra force behind it, a little bit of finesse to get this pin out that comes out right here. So I will show you how to do that again in this video, which is all you have to do is line it up like that, and then you'll push the pin out from this side right here, this little notch. So you're going to need a really small punch. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. Just get that started. And then you're going to want to, and to line this up, you're going to have to push back the slide just a little bit. And now to get the pin out, like I said, mine is broken, but you should be able to just flick this down and it should stay locked in place. And then you should be able to push the pin out. All right, so give me a second and let me get this pin out. All right, and I haven't taken the pin out all the way. I just wanted to show you guys what it'll look like when you're taking it apart. So this pin right here is going to pop out the slide on the side after you push your punch all the way through. So we'll go ahead and put that back in there. There we go. And we'll do a bird's eye view so you can see the magic happen all the way. And get ready to catch this pin. There we go. And you can take your punch out and set that to the side because we will need it later. Okay, and this is your slide stop pin, and the diameter, the circumference is the same on both sides. So it doesn't matter which way you take it out or put it back in, it's going to be the exact same. So we'll set that down. Now your slide is going to come apart just like this. You just pull it. And you can set down your pistol grip, and you can break it down into your guide rod and springs. There are two for this one. So you have your large spring. You have your large spring, which sits on the outside. Your smaller spring, which sits on the inside and on top of the guide rod, and then you have the guide rod. So for right now, we'll keep these put together. Just wanted to show you guys that. Set that down to the side. Next is going to be your slide and barrel. So you go ahead and just push your finger down and take this barrel out, and there you go. Now you have completely broken down, well, rather field stripped your Ruger LC9 pistol. Okay, so now let's get into cleaning it. So I use Shooter Lube, and no, I am not endorsed or sponsored by them. This is just stuff that I like to use. So you want to make sure that you're using a solvent. This is going to be your step 1 or stage 1 cleaner. This stuff is used to help break down the carbon, any metal shavings that are left behind, any lead, anything that's left behind on your firearm. This will help break stuff down and make it easier for you to clean. Okay, so let's start with our pistol grip. And we're going to spray inside of here. We're going to spray along the action, this little silver bar right here, and inside of these little grooves right inside of here. Let's see if you can see them. Okay, so we're going to spray that. Spray the hammer. Spray inside the magwell a little bit. Okay, so now we can set that down, let it run. Now we're going to take our barrel and we're going to spray the inside. We're going to spray the inside of the barrel and this little cutout right here. So you're going to spray this in a circular motion. Okay, we'll let that drip down and spray this. And then spray the breech or the chamber. And we'll let that set and run. Next is going to be our slide. And you're going to spray all the holes and all the grooves. Make sure you spray it downward and then turn it 90 degrees. Get the inside of the grooves of the slide right in here. Spray that and then flip it on its other side. And then do the opposite as well. So let's get into it. And if your firearm is pretty dirty, you just got done shooting it, or you just bought one and it's used and it's dirty, or whatever the case may be, it's okay to use an extra amount of solvent and let it sit for a longer period of time. This is just kind of a slightly fast video to show you this is how you clean your firearm. And this is what it looks like, and this will help you be able to kind of go along with me in real time as we're cleaning it. And next is going to be our guide rod and 2 springs. So if you want to keep them together and spray them, you can. If you want to take them apart and spray them individually and then wipe them down, that's totally fine. That's up to you. It doesn't make a difference either way. So I'm going to keep them together. Okay, and then you're going to use your fingers and you're going to kind of work the solvent across evenly the springs. And if you want to take this big spring off and then get the small one, that's fine too. And then get the guide rod. Okay. Okay. Next, we're going to spray our pin as well, because we do want to keep that clean. Doesn't need much, just a little bit. And then you just kind of roll it on your fingers. Careful not to drop it, because it is a small pin and it can be easily lost. Okay, so now that we have let that set, we're going to go ahead and start cleaning our pistol grip. So let me get my brush really quick. Here we go. Make sure you have a cleaning rag set to the side as well. You can't see it on my camera, but I got one right over here to the right by the solvent. Okay. If you have any leftover oil or solvent on your hands, or whenever we do the oil process next, just make sure you keep your hands wiped off, because you will get stuck in an endless loop of wiping down your firearm in your hands if you don't do that. Alrighty. So let's take our brush and we're just going to work our way across, and then we'll work our way inside. Make sure you get underneath that hammer. All right, let's get inside the magwell next. And you want to make sure, no different than brushing your teeth, you want to make sure you're just kind of working the brush all the way around. Getting everything from underneath. Try to work the action a little bit if you can. Okay, and now that that's brushed down, we can set it to the side. And we're going to take our cleaning rag and we're going to wipe off the bristles of our brush. Wow, look at that. Almost perfect. All right, let's take our slide and we're going to work that next. Make sure you're getting inside of the grooves. Like I said, everywhere you sprayed, you want to make sure that the brush is getting everywhere that you sprayed at. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and set it to the side. Next, we're going to take our guide rod and spring and we're going to brush that. Turn it. And just keep brushing. All right. Next, we're going to take some applicators, which are just they're just fancy gun grade Q-tips. And we're going to go ahead and get inside right here, these little cutouts. Yeah, it's not too bad at all. Not too bad. Let's go ahead and run another one through. Nice. Not too bad. Okay, let's toss that to the side. Don't need that anymore. Okay, next we're going to take our bore brush and we're going to run this through a few times through the bore. You want to make sure that you're rotating it as you're bringing it through. All right. And then do that a few more times. All right, let's check these bristles by running them against our cleaning rag. All right, and we pretty much didn't really get anything, so that's awesome. Let's take another applicator, run it across the top right here. Yep. All right. And now that that's clean, we can go ahead and wipe down our pistol grip and we can wipe down our slide with our cleaning rag. Get any excess solvent that's on it off. So let's we'll do our pistol grip first. And if you're wondering what kind of cleaning rag I'm using, this is called the Walmart Special. I bought a pack of 10 t-shirts or 5 t-shirts, whatever it is that you can find. They're nothing fancy. They don't leave behind anything, and you can just use them to wipe off your firearm, get any residue left behind, wipe that up. And since it's white, you're able to see how much carbon is left behind pretty easily. let's do our slide next. We'll go ahead and get that. Interesting. Okay, and once you've got your slide wiped down, and you do the outside as well. Once you've got your slide wiped down, you can do your guide rod and spring next. You can actually we'll take it apart and we'll do each piece individually. All right, let's run it again. Oops. Okay, got that. Little spring is next. All right, that one's good. And for the big spring. Okay, that one's done. And you can wipe off your barrel if you would like. Okay, let's put our springs and guide rod back together. Okay, so now we've completely disassembled and cleaned our firearm. Let's go ahead and oil it up a little bit, and we're going to reassemble it. So you're going to take your oil, so you shake it up. If you have CLP, you need to shake that as well. Okay, now that we have that done, you only need a little bit of oil. You really don't need a lot, especially if your gun is super clean or if you're in a humid climate. You really don't need an excess amount of oil. You really don't want your firearm dripping down wet with excess oil. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our slide and our barrel. We're going to put it back together. And make sure your hook side's facing down. And that's what it should look like when it's put back together. Oh, and don't forget to wipe your hands along the way as you're wiping stuff down, because otherwise I'll be doing this forever. Here we go. Okay. Next, you're going to take your guide rod and springs, and you're going to put them back into this smaller hole right here. And set it into this notch right there, that little concave notch, that U shape. There we go. Okay. And now that we have that put back together, we're going to go ahead and oil it a little bit. So we're going to oil the guide rod and springs. There we go. And run a little bit of oil into the grooves on the sides that you cleaned earlier with the solvent. Just run a little bit on that. That'll be fine. And go ahead and put your slide back together. Now we're going to get our pen. And we're going to put just a little bit of oil on that. All right. Run that together. Okay. And now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and put our pin back inside. So don't forget, you're going to have to push your slide back just a little bit to line up this cutout so the pin will fit in. There we go. There, perfect. And you're going to take your punch and you're going to push their pin in the rest of the way. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to rack it a few times and kind of let that oil work its way into the grooves and the finer, smaller parts of the pistol. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our magazine, and our empty magazine, and we're going to put it back in our firearm. And now we're going to do the Ruger LC9 functions check. So check it on safe. It shouldn't go. Put it on fire. Pull the trigger. Click. Okay, and now to reset the firing pin, all you have to do is rack the slide. So we'll do that. Rack the slide. This time you're going to hold the trigger down and then rack the slide while you're holding it down. And then when you release it, you should hear a clunk, and then pull it again and you'll hear a click. Reset it one more time. Put it on safe. Wipe it down. And if you have a silicone cloth, that'll work as well. I don't have one on me, but a cleaning rag works just fine too. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you break down, clean, and oil and reassemble your Ruger LC9 pistol. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. I really appreciate your guys' comments on the videos. Any feedback is always grateful. And stay tuned for the next video. Take care.